I think I shouldn't have asked that. That's the thing I shouldn't have asked.
So we are inside the Hughes lab ant room right now. So this is where all of our experiments with ants are being conducted. But what's so special about this room?
It's humidity controlled and there's light control here.
So this, what kind of looks like white light, is this supposed to replicate natural sunlight?
Yes.
Okay. I see these tubes covered in tinfoil in all of your enclosures. Is that how these ants get their food? What do ants eat? How do they eat it?
So the ants eat sugar water. In these we just have plain water and then the hydrogen peroxide in 2 different tubes.
They're in the tubes because it makes a dark spot, so it's like they naturally live in wood, so it simulates their colonies in the wild.
In the experiment I found on in the article, the ants were kept in petri dishes, and I thought that they should be in more enclosures. So that's why they're in these. And then they also took just a few photographs, and we have these GoPros, so we have 48 continuous hours of footage. We get to see every ant that goes to the feeding tubes instead of just the ants that happen to be there when you took a picture.
So you have 6 enclosures. Do you have certain enclosures for infected ants, or are they mixed in together?
We do have certain enclosures, but my brother set them up, and so it's a blinded experiment, so I don't know which are infected, so I won't be biased when I'm collecting data.
Tell me more about the setup of these. Why do these look so gross?
While the ants were escaping, we had Fluon on the other ones, which makes it slippery so they can't climb out. But we ran out of Fluon, so we put this Tanglefoot, which is sticky so the ants can't climb out.
This on these wires is gonna make a huge mess.
So you said earlier that you had problems with these ants escaping. If you find them roaming around the lab, what do you do with them once they get out?
Since we don't know which enclosure exactly they came from, we just have to put them in the freezer to euthanize them.
So what is the medicine that's in the medicated food groups?
It slows down the fungus. It's actually 3% hydrogen peroxide.
The same stuff you would put on a cut. It comes in a brown bottle and it bubbles when you pour it on yourself. It's a reactive oxygen species, and that can inhibit fungal growth. So it'll stop the fungus from growing, and when the fungus stops growing, it won't kill the ants.
Looks like butterscotch.
It does. We were talking the other day. We were like, how evil would it be to replace someone's caramel with this? We think it's edible. It just tastes like pine tree. It's
Are you speaking from experience? Have you eaten a lot of tree sap in your lifetime?
Honestly, I probably have, but not exactly going to admit that.
Fungus it?
And I don't like this.
Torey, you're a superstar. Lab members. This is hard.
My face hurts from smiling.
Ooh, those 2 are dead, I think.